Okay. Today was a trigger point day. I am not gonna lie. Today, day 4, and so today I felt like I was seriously battling that nicotine feeling. Like I was just irritated. Like I was irritated, feeling that anxiousness feeling. And this is normally when I get irritated or agitated. That's generally when I would pull out a cigarette. That's when I would normally. Those are the things that usually make me want to smoke. Is when I'm irritable. And today I'm just irritable. I don't know. I just feel like just irritable and anxious and just feeling like, okay, God, I stepped out in here in faith. You know how it's like feeling challenged or something. I don't know. Today was a trigger point day. I think trigger points is when things that would normally make you go and get a cigarette, things that would normally, you know, you get mad at somebody or something, you want to go smoke, or you have a disagreement with someone and then you want to go smoke, or when your kids act up and then you want to go get a cigarette, or you just seen a bill come in that you didn't even know was going to be that high. You trying to figure out how you're going to pay it, and you just get irritable, make you want to go smoke. Like there's different trigger points that make you want to go smoke. I'm not going to lie, I'm keeping it real. So today, I'm having a damn trigger point. I'm excuse my French. I'm irritable. I can feel the irritability about this situation right here. I can feel like, oh gosh. But I'm hanging in there. Jesus. Because I think that this is when you get tested, right? This is when you get tested. So I'm still hanging in there. I said, let me go shopping. Let me go bargain shopping. Let me go get some fruit or something. Let me go. Let me go do something. Look. So I'm for peace. I told y'all that even before Biden decided he wasn't gonna run. I want peace. So who gonna bring the peace? I don't see peace with Trump. The reason why I say that is because everywhere he goes, there's confusion. And so there's confusion and there's mayhem. And he's making threats and he's saying, if I don't get elected, then this and that and the other. And I just don't feel like that's not bringing peace. That's bringing more division. That's bringing, more confusion. That's bringing fear. All those things, anxiety, fear, confusion, that's not a God. So to me, I want who's going to bring the peace. I want who's going to bring the unity. I want who's going to bring the love, because that's what our country needs. We don't need further division. We don't need further harm to come to any race. I don't care what the race is. I don't care who they are. I don't care where they're from. Like I had someone say to me, he's going to stop the illegal people from coming in, the immigrants. We all immigrants up in here. And then it was a lady from China who said it. I thought to myself, you're not even from America either. You're not. None of us are from here. The only one that I know from the history books, and it might be wrong, is the Indians. The Indians was here first. Everybody else, we got over here for whatever reasons. However, whatever, I don't know. I want peace. I feel like we need peace. We need unity. We need love. It was so chaotic in 2020. You could tell it was a biochemical warfare going on. You could tell. Even if you wasn't military, you knew that wasn't just no regular virus. If you have ever been in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and you've been in them tanks and you know how they act, right? We were taught about biochemical warfare back in the late 80s. We knew that was a weapon that was possible, right? First of all, let's start with the fact that they were saying that it could last on the surface for 2 weeks. And I'm gonna tell you as a nurse, there is no organism that can live outside the host for 2 weeks on a doorknob. No, that's not possible. And if you think about even how it was passing through from different countries and coming down the states, and how it split the coast, and how it hit one, it hit Chicago. When it hit Illinois, Ohio hadn't gotten it yet. It came on down the coast. It would rain, and then the next thing you know, the people in Ohio, the numbers would jump. But when the numbers jumped in Ohio, Tennessee hadn't got their numbers weren't high yet. Then it would rain, and then when it would rain, the numbers would go up. You know what that was telling me? That tells me that it was in the atmosphere, and something about the rain, because they already knew it was coming before they said it. They told us, "Oh, we closing everything down on Sunday." Okay, but it's Saturday. How you know the numbers gonna jump on Sunday? How you know? It was too much. There was too much death. There was a lot of loss. There was a lot of confusion. There was people lost. They was making mass graves and just dumping people in them. Did you forget about 2020 and all that? I didn't forget about that. People whose mom and dads had businesses from when they was kids, they lost them in a blink of an eye. People got on fentanyl. They got on all kind of drugs, crack, everything, because depression was all over. Divorces at an all-time high. You ain't gonna tell me that's God energy. I don't give a darn. So I want who gonna bring the peace. I don't want to go backwards. The energy that follows a person, that's who they are. If you step in a room, and when you step in the room, automatically confusion, mayhem, crisis, this, that, and the other. There's something about your energy. That's on the inside of you. That's who you are. You feel what I'm saying? That's who you are. And you're bringing that. So as the head of anything, if you have the head of a company, if he's crooked or she's crooked or they're evil, it's going to pass down. There's going to be confusion all within the company. It's going to be irritated, all that. When he was president last, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to be honest with y'all. When he was president last, there was a lot of confusion, there was a lot of death, it was a lot of craziness. As soon as they passed the baton, and maybe we didn't agree with everything about Biden, no, but did you notice the shift in the energy? You got to understand the shift in the energy, and how it seemed like as soon as they passed the baton and it got to Biden, there was a peace. Now, we ain't happy with everything. No, there's not nobody you're going to be happy with. But I'm telling you, I don't want to go back to, that's like going back to an abusive relationship. You know that person didn't have good energy. You know that they were abusive. You know that they were mean. You know that they were evil. You know that when you let them move in, they were stealing from you. You know that they was doing stuff. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience. You remember that with that past relationship. Okay, you done got away from that relationship and you're moving forward. You gonna go back because he knocked back on the door and say, "I'm coming back. Oh yeah, and when I come back this time, if y'all let me in, I'm burning down the whole house." Why would you want that? That's me. I'm sorry. I want peace. I want peace. I want peace. I want us as a country to not, it doesn't matter your skin complexion or who your mama and daddy was, or if you was born in the South or the North or the West or East, or all that kind of stuff, and who got the most money. Because when it come down to the get down in 2020, we understood it didn't matter. The social economical situation didn't matter, because COVID was killing everybody, and it didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter what you looked like. It didn't matter who your daddy or your mama was. They was taking families. We was all mourning for each other. I don't care who it was. I don't want to go back to that. And I feel like he's bringing that same energy back, and he's doing the same thing that he did when he didn't win last time. He started threatening. Oh, well, there's going to be problems if we, Why are you bringing that energy? No, I don't want that. So if he's bringing the same energy that he brought back then, no, that's not that. God is love. I don't care all day long. God is love. God is unity. God is He wants His children. He don't give a darn. He made all of us. Ain't none of us. He made every last one of us. I don't believe in heaven. There's even no segregation. When you die, you going to heaven. You know, when you born, you come in. You don't come in with prejudice. You are raised that way. No, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to that. We need love. We need unity. We need to all understand that if I cut you, you gonna bleed, and when the blood come out, it's all gonna be the same color once oxygen hits it. Ain't no different. We all are born with hearts, lungs. There's nothing different. The only thing different is what's on the outside, and that don't even make who you are. You can see somebody and they look so beautiful when you first meet them, but if they inside is toxic, after a while, all you see is what's really on the inside. You don't even no longer see who they are, the physical. When you first see someone, you don't know who they are. So you like either you think they're attractive or they're not by their shell. But once you get to know who they are, then that's when the true beauty or ugly comes out. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards. I feel like we need to continue to move forward as a country. I think we need to move forward with love and trying to help each other and rebuild. I remember when I was young and used to look for the United States on an application or something. I don't care how many countries was listed, United States would be first. Now, you got to go all the way. We didn't drop so far on that. You got to go all the way down to the bottom to find the U.S. They down there, but it didn't used to be that way. Our dollar meant a lot. People looked up to us. Now they look at us like, y'all, they feeling bad for us. They like, y'all, oh, wow. Y'all hey, you talking about people worried about people sneaking in over here. It sounds like soon y'all going to be trying to sneak in our countries. I want peace. That's what I want. I want peace. I feel like I don't want to go backwards. The one thing they teach you when you're coming out of a domestic violence relationship, an abusive relationship, they tell you, you know, these relationships, they go through the honeymoon stage, like you know, and it seems like they're all everything, you know, they're no longer who they are. They're better now, and they want you to come back to them. He ain't even acting like he different. He's still acting the same way that he was acting then. I don't want to go back to an abusive relationship, because to me, that was abusive. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that was an abusive time for our country. I don't want to go back to an abusive relationship. No. I want to move forward. We need to move forward as a country. You know, we need to move forward. It needs to be unity. And and I'm not going to stay on here long, because I understand that everybody doesn't have that spiritual insight. You're not going to understand. So, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. But if you're spiritual, I don't care who you are. If you're spiritual, you understand what I'm saying when I talk about the energy, and the high vibrational and low vibrational energy. And you could tell who a person is by their energy, by what happens when they step in the room, but what happens in the atmosphere. If a person walks in and that atmosphere all of a sudden turns toxic, and everybody trying to kill each other, and they doing the most, and they threatening and all that, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. What is positive about that? There's nothing positive about that. There's no love in that. There's no unity in that. That's fear. That's confusion. That's anxiety. That's stress. That's worry. Those are all the things that they teach you. I don't care what color you are. The Bible teaches love and unity and peace and all those kind of things. And the only time that we experience war is when we're not acting right, when we're not doing right as a people. I'm in 1 Kings right now. 2 Kings. I just finished 1 Kings. First, them children of Israel, the King Solomon, because he didn't do right, them children suffered. The grandchildren, the children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, every king that was coming in was worse than the king before. It was a horrible time, and people were miserable. And that's how I see this right here. We got somebody who, we don't have kings and queens, but still, if you're president, that's almost equal to a king. You coming with some negative energy, and you trying to bring that back into the United States. You're trying to bring fear. Oh, if I don't win, there's going to be a bloodbath. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you bring that kind of energy? Why would you say that? See, that's why I'm trying to stop not to smoke, y'all. I'm doing good. This has been an anxiety day. I probably shouldn't be talking about that because I get irritated because I just feel like, why would you speak those words? Why would you speak hate and bloodbath and and this, and why would you put that? Why are you putting that in the atmosphere? Why are you, before you even, why are you bringing that energy? Why are you not speaking love and unity? And listen, as a business aspect, this is how we can get America back to where it needs to be. And 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 even though I know some things happened in the past, but listen, we're gonna do things differently this time. You would think he would come different. He coming back and like, hey, if I don't win, it's gonna be the bloodbath. What? Why? You know what? They gonna have no choice. They're not gonna have a choice but to take her seriously because she's the president. Like, God's gonna protect her. If God allows her to get in, because see, people are praying, and they're not necessarily praying for a Kamala Harris. They're praying for peace. They're praying for unity. They're praying to not have to go back to days of depression and anxiety and worry. And they're praying for each other. They're praying for the country. They're praying. So if in praying she is the one who God has chosen, then she's going to be protected. I don't care. She's going to be protected because God is doing this. He just it's too much confusion. I'm just looking at that part right there. There's too much confusion, We need love. Don't make me start singing love. We need love. Look, I'm like really like, I was irritated today. But I still didn't smoke. Jesus. I just have to pray and Lord, help me get through these irritations and these worries and anxieties and fears and all that kind of stuff that I deal with in my own personal life and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to really keep focused and keep my eyes on God and not worry about anything, understand that He got it in control. And that's how I'm feeling about this whole election thing. I'm just like, God, let who is going to be best for the country win. Let who's going to bring love and peace. Let who's going to bring happiness. Let who's going to bring prosperity. Let who's going to be good for the people. Let them come. Let them be the president. Let us have years of peace in the name of Jesus. Who's going to bring the love? That's who I want to win. Who's going to bring the love? Not who's going to have people stressed out and worried and living in fear and anxiety, and not who's going to bring death and destruction and turmoil and all that kind of stuff. We need love. I don't care. So whoever's going to bring love, that's who I want to win. Who's going to bring love? Who's going to bring peace? Who's going to bring unity back to our country? Because that's the only way that America is going to get back to where it used to be, is we're going to have to unite. And we want to work together to rebuild even who we are as a country. We're so divided. Other countries are looking at us and they shaking their head and they like, y'all used to think America was the bomb, but I don't know no more. Y'all, America used to be the place of the free. I don't know no more. And I don't know. You got children. I don't care. You got children. Yeah, it might be some people sneaking over here illegally, yes. But if you got children anywhere in any cages, in some kind of place where they are separated from their parents, and they a refugee camp type situation because of them being, not from here. That ain't right. There's a lot of things that ain't right. There's a lot of things that's not right. I'm sorry, and I just can't. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I want love. I'm that kind of person. I was born in the '60s. In the '60s we like the flower people. we want love and unity. Those of us who was born in the '60s, you understand? We want love. We want unity. We want peace. That's what we want. We want love, unity, and peace. Love, unity, and peace. I don't want to be depressed and anxious and worried and I don't want to go back to an abusive relationship. I don't want to go back to abuse. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to abuse. And to me, when for the 4 years that he was president, he was abusive to the country. To me, I don't see, and then for them to have to hide in the basement, they had to hide down in the chamber with stuff up against the wall and all that kind of stuff, to be able to count the votes. I swear to goodness, and I'm not racial. However, if that had been African Americans who had done that, there would have been dead bodies all over. It wouldn't be this right here. If Trump was an African American and he was doing what he's doing right now, I don't give a darn how much money he has. He would not. It would not be. He would not be president. Or if he was any other race, even not just African American, anybody else. I don't know. I don't understand why they are allowing him to get away with stuff that he's getting away with. It's obvious that there is something wrong somewhere. What do we have laws and rules for if it doesn't abide to everybody? No. So I don't, if it, I, that's just my, I don't know. I'm only one person. I'm one person. But I'm looking at the energy. I'm looking at the energy. I'm looking at the history. And I'm looking at, you're not even saying you're going to be different. You coming in with revenge in your heart. You coming in, you ready to get revenge over things that you mad about whatever. You're coming in saying, if I don't win, it's going to be a bloodbath. Why are you saying that? That right there shows you ain't changed. That right there said you got the same energy, if not worse, than you had the first time. It said, you know what's going to happen? However, who is ever leading, whatever that energy is, that is the head, it trickles down. So that means you're trying to take us back to an age of darkness. People talk about, they talking about the Civil War. Why are you trying to put the planet back in a reverse? Why are you trying to go backwards? Why would you want to go back in time to a time that was sad and depressing? We should be moving forward. Anything that's not taking us forward, it is making us go back to repeat old lessons, is not good. When you pass a class, when you pass a test, you move forward. And so that you can learn something new, something different. You don't repeat the pain of the past. You don't go back and be like, all right, I passed that class, but you know what? I want to take it again. Because when you take it again, it's going to be harder than it was the first time. It's going to be worse. Why would you want to go backwards? You never want to go backwards. You never want to repeat the pain yesterday. Because if you go back, I'm telling you this, and this is for anybody who's in an abusive relationship, like right now. And let's say that you got away from that joker, whether it was a male or female, right? You got away from him. You never go back. You can love him from a distance. You forgive him? Yes, I forgive you. But you don't go back. Because when you go back, they lose respect for you, for one, because they're like, oh, okay, I did all that to you, and you still took me back? Or I can do anything now. And so they always tell you that it's worse. The abuse is worse. When you go back to an abusive relationship, the abuser is always worse. Because why? Because you ain't learned the lesson the first time. You didn't learn the lesson. So now you got to repeat the life class. And the test got to be harder because you didn't understand the lesson. You didn't understand what you're supposed to learn from that. Because you're ready to go back to it. Why didn't you just get out of that? You want to go back? No. But I'm one person. But those are my thoughts. And so my prayer is to pray for the country. I pray for us. As a nurse, I've taken care of African Americans. I've taken care of Caucasians, Chinese, everybody. When you're a nurse, when you're in the healthcare field, it doesn't matter to you, the color, the race, none of that matters. When we got a patient, we love that patient regardless of who they are. So I'm that kind of a person. And so for me, I'm praying for the country because I understand what's going on, especially since me reading the Bible and I'm learning these different things and I'm seeing things in a new perspective. And I'm watching what happened in the Bible. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. Even AI. Everybody think that AI is the best thing since sliced bread. And right now it probably is because it's new. However, the children of Israel already had to fight up against the city of AI in the Bible. Joshua had to fight up against the city of AI in the Bible. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, and I'm documenting this, at some point, AI is going to be more than what you bargained for because ain't nothing new under the sun. And if the children of Israel had to fight against AI back then, even though, we call it artificial intelligence, but we break it down as to AI, that's exactly the way it's broken down in Joshua chapter 8. What's it, chapter 7 and 8 or chapter 8 and 9? Look at it. There's something, because it's taken over too much. We thought the internet was the bomb diggy on ice too when we first got it, but the internet has caused a lot of pain and suffering. There's been a lot of misuse, and it has a lot of control over everything. And then even the fact that they created that movie, which I don't even know why they created that movie. I don't even want to speak it into existence, but just knowing that there was a movie that was created that really could happen. It really can happen. But yeah, so you know what? You probably haven't heard about what she's doing, but I'm gonna tell you this. Ain't no way in the world an African American woman has gotten up to those ranks. She's went from here to here to here to here, and she ain't doing nothing. They wouldn't even give her the opportunity. And they could be like, well, she's not black. She got Jamaican in her. She's black. They've said if you got an ounce of black, you're black. I don't give a darn. She might be mixed with some extra stuff. We all mix with something. I got white in my blood. Believe it or not, my grandfather's grandmother was a Caucasian woman, but you wouldn't know it from looking at me. We all mix with something. Everybody ain't whatever. It's no way she has worked her way up to the ranks. So that means that she has gained experience and knowledge and wisdom. You may not have heard about anything, but that don't mean she wasn't doing nothing because she even got that position. They're not just pulling people off of anywhere. Just say, come on over here, especially African American woman. Come on now, you gotta work for that. You gotta work for that. And at this point in the game, I would rather try someone new, because that's part of moving forward. Try someone new versus going back to where we already been. I don't want to go backwards. That was a painful time. People didn't even get to go to their family's funeral. They had to watch the funeral online. They didn't even get to go. They was just dumping them bodies in pits. Jesus, we was at war. Y'all just don't know it because you can only go by what media was telling you. But any of us who are military, let me tell you something. I used to be in the military. I used to see the convoys. This is way before way before. I used to see them driving in the middle of the night with vehicles larger than trucks, with the wheels as larger than trucks, carrying caskets. They was already planning this. It was already. They asked. I'm just gonna leave it alone. All I know is it was more to the pandemic than what y'all think. There was more to it. There was more to it. We were at war. Either we were at war or they did a test to see what would happen. And somebody released something and it killed people. And they're like, because how do you get an antidote and got a daggone, you already got the answer and you already got the trademark, you already got everything, all the official things for it before it ever comes out. You already got it. You already got everything they needed. The FDA had already proved. You got all this already and we didn't even it ain't nothing happened yet. How you got the antidote? How you already got the antidote 8 weeks after it's already been tested, it's already been passed, it already got all the official numbers, letter, government official stamps. It ain't even been released yet. Unless you was planning something, unless you already had something already, you already knew, and you wanted to test it. Let me see what's gonna happen. Because, and not only that, y'all know I be watching stuff. when the government start trading stocks and stuff ahead of time, come on now. There was more than what we saw. There just is. That's my feeling. That's my thoughts. So anyway, but I ain't gonna keep going on because that's my thing. See, that's what happened when you don't smoke no cigarettes. I ain't had no cigarettes. So I'm going through the most. I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. I'm proud of myself. Anyway, peace and love, y'all. But let me get about from here. Because I know I'm not. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but you asked me. So that's me. That's how I feel. I want unity and I want love and I want us to rebuild. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to go back to pain and suffering and sadness. I don't want that. I don't want that energy. So that's my thought. Anyway, peace and love. Talk to y'all later.